So I spent a little bit of time on this, and I remember in the salt and hashing, I think it was a salt and hashing tutorial on the Game Development Center channel, which is freaking awesome, by the way. They were talking about like different like encryption methods to use, and so I know Godot doesn't have an option for encryption methods that are strong. It's all weak ones. So what I did is I just went ahead and created a MySQL database and a Flask API in front of that I can deploy on AWS Lambda, so I don't have to pay for consistent server time. And what that does, I'm still working on the email confirmation section, but very simply what it does is it has an API endpoint for people to be able to log in from the game itself. We make that API call from the authentication server. Instead of just checking the JSON file, it actually does a request, and when the request returns, it checks if it the user does not exist, right? Password's incorrect, or if it was fine, it returned and logged in which case it lets the user into the game, right? So I set that up there, and I just want to show you guys kind of how it works. So let's say we're a new player and we want to play George's Untitled MMO. We would start up our game client, right? And then we would say, oh, we don't have an account, so let's go create an account. And what that does is that I took some templates from somebody else because I don't really building out HTML templates. But very simply what I can do is I can come in here, gros2000, put an email, gros02@gmail.com. Does that check for, we'll see. I don't know if it checks for uniques, but I should make it if it doesn't. And then I can put in a password. Oh, and by the way, these are hashed, and then they're bcrypt encrypted, right, and salted, so they should be good. And it looks like that worked properly, right? So I'm going to save that. It's gros2000. I'm going to go back to the game itself. I'm going to try to log in with that new account I just created. And if everything's working properly, there we go. gros2000 is now a player of the game. And you can see that I've secured the passwords as well. Because if I go into, I'm running my MySQL server on a Docker instance because I didn't want to like build up like a MySQL instance on my local machine. Well, it is on my local machine, but whatever. MMO db2 bash. Boom. So we got that. I'm just going to show you guys that gros2 is in fact a user, and I'm not worried about sharing the passwords with you because they're salted and hashed. Sounds like a really good hash brown recipe. MySQL, root. Need to fix this, right? I shouldn't be logging in via the root, but whatever. Okay, and so if I use, I want to sue the database, I want to use it. And then I do select star from player, and that's where the player data is stored. You'll be able to see all of the players that I've registered while I was testing this out, and it's quite a few, but that you can see right here, we have our 6th user, gros2000, set here, and his password is salted and hash. You see that, shouldn't have shared the salt, but whatever. This is not a production MySQL instance, so you're not going to be able to use it anyway. But yeah, so that's really it. I wanted to share that with you guys. If you have any questions about how I did it, feel free to let me know. But I thought it was a fun little side task to set up a web-based registration system and then logging into the game via the game client.